सह हंसन विश्राम।
VYGOS is Vihangam Yoga Global Online Satsang, which is scheduled every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Indian Standard Time. Those who would miss to attend the morning session can listen to the broadcast replay on Sunday evening at 4:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. The aim of this forum is to give the entire world an opportunity to learn the ancient science of meditation and benefit from this pious service inspired by Sadguru Davuluri Maharaj, the pioneer of Vihangam Yoga. If you are interested in learning the technique or want to conduct a program at your place, and for any inquiry related to it, please feel free to write to us at info@vihangamyog.org. That is info@vihangamyoga.org.
Jai Shridev everyone, and welcome to another edition of Vihangam Yoga Global Online Satsang. I'm Sudhanshu, joining from Delaware, USA, and I'm excited to bring another week of reflections, discussions, and lessons from the global Vihangam Yoga community to all of you wonderful listeners. For those of you joining us for the first time, welcome. And for those of you who are joining us once again, we thank you for your ongoing support. As we are on the third session of our series today, the series we named as Strengthening Meditation. In the past couple of series, we discussed about two different topics in this session. The first topic was mind, the friend and enemy. And the last week we discussed about inert and conscious. On the same series, today we will talk about fall of soul through sixth deha. In this discussion, we will talk about the true state of soul. We will talk about how soul goes into six different deha, six different state. What is the reason of that, and how soul can come back to its true self. Well, today, equipped with our global panel, we will be diving into these topics and journey through the lens of ancient most science of spirituality, the science of Vihangam Yoga, and medium of Swarved. A distillation of experience of Ananta Sri Sadguru Sadafaldev Maharaj on his most unique and complete journey through the depth of spirituality and beyond. I hope you all are excited as I am to dive into this topic today, which is fall of soul through six deha. Before we begin unwinding the topic of the day, we first stop for the welcoming prayers offered in the feet of Master of Vihangam Yoga. The Swagat Gan and Mangal Gan are traditional and preparatory devices which set up the environment around and within us to best introspect further. So let us evoke the blessing of the Master and embark upon our journey.
आज स्वागत नित्य गुरुवर संत शुभागम आइए, अध्यात्म विद्या दिव्य ज्योति सोमरस बरसाइए। दोष दुर्गुण दूर करके शुद्ध हंस बनाइए, भेद गम गति ज्ञान गर्जन शक्ति द्वार हटाइए। खुले द्वारा शब्द सागर भक्त जन अनहवाइए, जन सदा फल विश्व शिक्षक, शान आन बचाइए, शान आन बचाइए। विश्व शांति नाम मंगल, परम गुरु को ध्याइए, वर्ग द्वंद्व शांति दूर कर, भाव भेद मिटाइए। सार्वभौम समष्टि सत्ता, त्यात्मराज बनाइए, वेश भाषा भाव जगमय, ज्ञान पर दर्शाइए। समृद्धि सुख शांति धरातल, स्वर्ग भूमि बनाइए, विश्व शिक्षक जन सदा फल, नीति स्वर अपनाइए, नीति स्वर अपनाइए।
Thank you for the beautiful composition. Keeping this feeling with us, let's dive into our Q&A session on fall of soul through six deha. As you wonderful listeners are collecting your thoughts and thinking through this topic, we ask you all to share your questions and queries which you would like to answered on our two avenues. One is Slido and the WhatsApp number, which you will see on your screens. We are fortunate today to be joined by Vijay Davuluri ji. Vijay Davuluri ji is attending the session from Virginia, USA. He has been a adherent disciple of Lord Sadgurudev and has been practicing Vihangam Yoga meditation for about 10 years. And he is working as an IT architect with US Federal Agency, IRS. So we are very lucky.
Hello, Sudhanshu, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Vijay. Okay. So let's start the discussion. And as I mentioned, that today's topic is fall of soul through six different deha, six different state. So even in our previous session, we discussed that we all are soul who's conscious in nature. So let's start this discussion with the very first question, that what is the true state of soul? What initiates soul to acquire human deha? What is the reason of this entire beginning of changing the true self of soul? Over to you, Vijayji.
Thank you, Sudhanshu ji, and Jai Sadgurudev, everyone who is joined from all over the world. Before I address the question, it's a very good question, and I hope we'll have some great discussion today. Before I address the question, I want to offer my prayers at the lotus feet of Lord Sadgurudev. बार बार वंदन करो सद्गुरु देव हमार, यहाँ वहाँ सब धाम में महिमा परम्पार। शरण शरण में शरण हूँ, हे गुरु बंदी छो, मोहे उबारो हे गुरु, यह 100 बार निहो। जन अदीन वंदन करूं, केहि विधि की जैसे, वार पार की गम नहीं, Namo Namo Gurudev. We often heard saying that God has sent us down for a special purpose. We need to recognize the purpose, perform our duty, and of course, go back to Him. Many of us find our purpose in actions related to this materialistic world or prakriti karma and spoil our valuable human life with such misconception. The downfall of soul began from the state of deep meditation, which is when it's in the union with the Lord Almighty, the Samadhi state, over to this bondage of nature or prakriti. The soul itself, I think, is responsible for this downfall. And of course, God never wishes the souls to fall in this trap of nature or prakriti for any purpose. Once trapped in nature or this prakriti, the return path back to Lord is closed, and the soul does not reach back in the union with Lord automatically after this body passes away. The purest form of soul, which is when it is with the union with the Lord, that state is called Hansa deha, or the superconscious state. When the soul develops a misunderstanding about the self as Brahma, then the soul starts diverting attention away from the bliss of Lord and starts the descent from that purest state of Hansa deha all the way down to this Stula deha, or this gross human body. Soul carries incorrect knowledge about the self and develops a false pride about its supreme power and knowledge. The soul starts misunderstanding that the power and the knowledge that it has is of its own and not derived of anything else. It forgets the fact that the supreme power and knowledge that it is experiencing is derived in the state of union with Lord, and that the supreme experience will vanish as soon as it breaks that union with Lord. In the deluded state of Aham Brahmasmi, the soul eventually develops its attention towards the nature or this prakriti. And when its attention diverts away from Brahma or the Supreme Lord, and the desire to experience nature intensifies, its consciousness degrades. The bondage of ajnanata or contrary knowledge is by far the first bondage of the soul, and this downfall from that pure conscious state of samadhi or hansadeha to prakriti or this materialistic world. Over to you, Sudhanshuji. I hope I addressed the question.
Yeah, thank you, Vijayji, and certainly you take this question very beautifully. That the first state of soul, what you mentioned, is Hansa Deha, and that's the state of Samadhi. And what I got from your answer is that the contrary knowledge is the reason that I am the source of that knowledge and the power that contrary knowledge, that false pride of soul become the reason that it fall down from the superconscious deha, the Hans deha, to the Cavalier and later to the Prakriti state. So thank you very much, Vijayji, for this explanation. But the next question, which is coming in my mind, is how this ignorance and ego, or we can say it as a false pride, leads soul to move from its true superconscious state to other five states. If you can explain this, that would be really great. Over to you, Vijayji.
A very good question, Sudhanshuji. So it's basically, I can let me take a couplet from Swarved, which talks about the 6 states, including the Hansa state. Swamiji writes in Swarved, the encyclopedia of spirituality. Swamiji says, "Stula sukshma karan bana, mahakaran se e, keval hans swarup hai, ya shat jano de." Stool, or this gross body, sukshma, or the subtle body, karan, or the causal body, mahakaran, the prime causal body, kaivalya, and hansa, or the 6 states of consciousness of the soul. And they're also known as 6 layers of bodies or deha of the soul. The purest form of soul, like we discussed earlier, is in the union of the Lord, union with the Lord, and it is called the Hansa Deha, or the superconscious state. From Hansa Deha, soul first degrades down to Kaivalya and Mahakaran, and then further falls down to nature or Prakriti through Karana, Sukshma, and Stula Deha. When the soul develops a misunderstanding, like we discussed earlier, about the self as Brahma, then it starts diverting its attention away from the bliss of Lord, and it attains Kaivalya Deha. Aham Brahmasmi, or the I am Brahma, this contrary knowledge, induces false pride in the soul and causes the commencement of the downfall from Hansa to Kaivalya Deha. And in this Kaivalya Deha, soul carries incorrect knowledge about the self and develops a false pride about its supreme power and knowledge, like we discussed. It starts misunderstanding that the power and knowledge that it has is of its own and not derived of anything else. When its attention diverts away from Brahma and the desire to experience Prakriti intensifies, its consciousness further degrades down from a Kaivalya Deha to the Mahakarana Deha. Therefore, said Kaivalya and Mahakaran, both states of bodies, are the result of illusion and contrary knowledge. And there is yet no component of nature or Prakriti in these bodies. Among the 3 bondages, that of karma or action, ajnanata or contrary knowledge, and Prakriti, the nature, soul is trapped into the bondage of contrary knowledge. Thus, the bondage of contrary knowledge is the first bondage of the soul in its downfall from that superior conscious state of Hansa Deha to Prakriti, or to this gross human body. When the soul enters the quadrant of Prakriti or nature, it is influenced by the Trigunas, the 3 virtues which we know as Sata, Raja, and Tama of Prakriti. After associating with the trigunas, the soul's consciousness further degrades down into karana deha, or the causal state. Now, the soul acquires the second bondage called Jada Chetan Grandhi, the inert conscious association, where the conscious soul is now associated and influenced with the inert prakriti or nature. It further degrades its consciousness to acquire 19 elements consisting of the 5 sensory organs and the 5 organs of motion, the 5 pranas or life forces, and the 4 inner organs. And it takes the form of the subtle body or sukshma deha. In sukshma deha, the soul has acquired the organs to perform action, and thus it is now trapped in the third bondage of karma or action. Thus, the soul is completely in the grip of 3 strong bondages, that of karma or action, ajnanata or contrary knowledge, and attachment to prakriti or nature. Trapped into the law of karma, the soul enters the mother's womb based on the type of desires it has developed about experiencing prakriti or nature. Eventually, it takes birth as this physical body called stula deha. And from that moment on, the soul is ever trapped in the cycle of life and death based on the action and desires it carries forward. Sadhguru says that the cause of suffering is the birth itself. Only when the soul is able to again free itself from the association with Prakriti and get out of the trap of life and death cycle, it can re-experience the ever-wanted bliss of Lord. The purest state of consciousness of soul is, as we discussed, is Hansadeha, where it has no bondage of Prakriti and it is not compelled by the law of karma, and it is not forced to go through the pain of birth and death. It is completely immersed in that state, in the devotion and bliss of the Lord Almighty. The most impure state of consciousness of soul is this gross human body, the Stula Deha, where we discuss soul is caught in all the 3 bondages, and being ignorant about the self, it starts chasing after the false subjects for the happiness, and is further strengthening the bondage of karma or action, and continues to suffer the cycle of life and death. Over to you, Sudhanshuji. Hopefully I addressed the downfall of soul from the Hansa Deha to this gross human body.
Yeah, thank you very much, Vijay Davuluri ji, and wow, what an explanation. As you explained that how soul from its true self, from its superconscious form, Hansadeha, how it come to 5 other deha, 5 different state, and what's the reason of downgrading these states one by one. So very beautifully you explained that what happens when a soul is in Hans state, what in Kaivalya, what is Mahakaran, then Karan, then Sukshma, and then Sthul. And Sthul is the state in which we are right now, the physical body. So Thank you very much for this beautiful explanation. And definitely, we have so many questions related to this discussion, and I want to discuss much more related to this topic and this explanation of six deha. But in between, let's take a short break of bhajan, and after that, we will go with the rest of our QA session. And today, we are joined by Chandanji from all the way over from Singapore, who will be sharing a short bhajan with us. And Chandanji is based on Singapore from last 2 years, and he is in Vihangam Yoga from his childhood, and he is working as a senior solution architect in a telecom company in Singapore. So, welcome, Chandanji. As always, we know that the role of a devotional bhajan in the process of satsang is the key. Similar to the prayers offered in the feet of Master earlier in the beginning of session, a bhajan aims to connect us listeners and seekers with a deeper sense of humility and loneliness to understand the science of spirituality and experience it. So I would like to hand over to Chandanji, after which we will proceed towards our Q&A session. Over to you, Chandanji.
Jai Sadgurudev to all. It's my privilege to have an opportunity to sing a bhajan in this forum again. Today's bhajan is taken from Sabd Prakash, written by His Holiness Sadguru Sadhavfal Devji Maharaj. This bhajan is in Hindi, and for the sake of common understanding of everyone, I would like to summarize the theme of this bhajan. In this bhajan, a disciple is explaining the importance of Guru Seva to others and saying that, my dear brothers and sisters, serving the Guru, that is ultimate master, is the highest duty through which the path of devotion and liberation is attained. The auspicious results by doing all the karmas and religions are obtained only by doing Guru service. Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj said that without any argument, remain in the service of the Guru, and the grace of Almighty will shower upon you, and your life will be successful. So let's listen to this bhajan. गुरु सेवा धर्म बड़ भाई, गुरु सेवा धर्म बड़ भाई, जासे मुक्ति भक्ति गति पाई, गुरु आदेश राख उर अंतर, गुरु आदेश राख उर अंतर, तर्क वितर्क मिटाई, गुरु सेवा धर्म बड़ भाई, गुरु सेवा धर्म बड़ भाई, सारे धर्म कर्म का जो फल, सो गुरु सेवा पाई, गुरु दयाल निज स्वाति देवें, गुरु दयाल निज स्वाति देवें, काक से हंस बनाई, गुरु सेवा धर्म बड़ भाई, गुरु सेवा धर्म बड़ भाई, बहुत जन्म का भूलल हंसा, बहुत जन्म का भूलल हंसा, बूढ़त था न पाई, गुरु कृपाल पल नयन उठावें, गुरु कृपाल पल नयन उठावें, पल में पार लगाई, गुरु सेवा धर्म बड़ भाई, गुरु सेवा धर्म बड़ भाई। जीवन डारी दो सद्गुरु को, जीवन डारी दो सद्गुरु को, सकल आस बिसराई। कहें सदा फल धन्य गुरु महिमा, कहें सदा फल धन्य गुरु महिमा। अभी अनहद अनवाई, गुरु सेवा धर्म बड़ भाई, गुरु सेवा धर्म बड़ भाई। जासे मुक्ति भक्ति गति पाई, गुरु आदेश राख उर अंतर, गुरु आदेश राख उर अंतर। तर्क वितर्क मिटाई, गुरु सेवा धर्म बड़ भाई, गुरु सेवा धर्म बड़ भाई। थैंक यू सो मच। जय सद्गुरुदेव। जय सद्गुरुदेव।
Thank you once again, Chandanji, for this wonderful bhajan. It's an honor to have you to join us today, this week. And as in this bhajan, as Chandanji also explained in the beginning, the bhajan is Guru Seva Dharma Bada Bhai. In this bhajan, Swamiji has explained the importance of service. And Swamiji is explaining in this bhajan that when Guru ordered something, then there should not be any confusion, there should not be any if and but, any kind of discussion within us. The service of Guru is the topmost thing to do. And that's what Swamiji is explaining in this bhajan, the importance of service, of Master. So thank you very much, Chandanji, for putting forward this bhajan. Now, let's come back to our Q&A discussion. Before bhajan, we were talking about the true state, the purest state of soul, and later Vijayji has explained the five other state of soul, and he described that how a soul from its Hansa state, from its superconscious state, how it came to the state of sthul de, the gross body in which we are in our human form. And he mentioned that how different kind of things happen with soul. Like first, the ignorance of his true self, the false pride, which due to which it came to the Kaivalya, and later the desire to go to Prakriti, and then the other body where it acquired the Triguna, and later the subtle body. So all these six states, we got to know that how soul fall from one to another and came to this physical body. So the next question which I want to ask to you, Vijayji, is that as you mentioned that this physical body is the sixth state and called as Sthula Deha. can reversal to Hans Dev will begin automatically after demise of this physical Deha, or something else needs to do for that? Over to you, Vijayji.
Thanks again, Sudhanshuji. So let me address that question again. For Ved has answers to all these questions on spirituality. So let me take a couplet from Swarved. Swamiji says, मर कर फिर मरना नहीं, उत्तम मरण कहाय, देह त्याग सो ही मरण है, त्याग समाधि लगाए. When one dies and does not have to take birth again, that is the right way to give up one's body. With the help of right yoga practice, one can dissociate one's soul from this gross body and attain that pure blissful state of samadhi or ultimate consciousness. When the soul practices Vihangam yoga meditation, it ultimately acquires the state of Jivan Mukta. In Jivan Mukta state, the soul wipes all its illusion and discards the Kaivalya Deha. Again, in the process of reaching to the state of Jivan Mukta, it also relinquishes all its desires and tendencies for the Prakriti with the advent of Brahma light in the body. With the disappearance of all tendencies from Chitta or memory, one of those internal organs, the soul is already out of Mahakarana Deha. Thus, in Jivan Mukta state, it has already discarded the two bodies of Kaivalya and Mahakaran, which were otherwise formed, like we discussed earlier, which was otherwise formed with the false knowledge or the contrary knowledge about the self. Still, as long as yogi stays in the physical body, it has to carry the three bodies of Prakriti, the Karana, Sukshma, and Stula Dehas. The yogi is well aware of the prarabdha or destiny and knows when to discard the baggage of these three bodies as well. When the time comes, the yogi opens the Dasham Dwar or the 10th door and first discards the Stula Deha. Later, the soul dissociates itself from prana or life forces and inner organs to discard the Sukshma Deha or the subtle body, and eventually moves away from this quadrant of Prakriti, thus breaking the association with the Trigunas that we talked about, the Sat, Raja, and Tama gunas of Prakriti. Thus, the soul leaves the Karan Deha at the very end to reacquire the purest, free state of Hansa Deha or the super conscious state. Thus, we understand that there is no salvation without Jivan Mukti. Only a Jivan Mukta soul who has already acquired Brahma Vidya and established union with the Lord while in this human body, after this human body, can only get out of the shackles of life and death. Otherwise, there is only rebirth after death. Thus, the prime purpose of this human life is achieving the state of Jivan Mukta, and of course, nothing else. We understand that the cause of our fall in Prakriti is our own false knowledge and not Lord's wish. So, yes, it is possible to traverse back from this gross body back to that super conscious state of Hansa body. Over to you, Sudhanshuji.
Thank you very much, Vijayji. And as you explained, that until unless we are in Jivan Mukta state, it is not possible that uh, death can revert back the state and uh, we go back to the Hans state. So until unless we reach in the Jivan Mukta state, we cannot uh, come out from this cycle of birth and death. So thank you very much for this explanation. And as you mentioned, that when a yogi is in his Jivan Mukt state, how he uh, release his uh, physical body, then his subtle body, and then Karan, and how it goes back to the Hans state. So uh, that explanation is very clear. But the the main question, the next question which is coming in my mind is that if I try to summarize the entire degradation in the state of soul, which started from the Hansadeha. So that entire degradation begins from the ignorance and ego about its true self, right? The false pride from where it starts. And what I believe that the restoration of soul to its true state, the Hans state, is not possible until unless this core cause due to which the degradation start, that will go away. It means until unless the ignorance and ego will go away. So how we will know that we have to go on that path? What I mean is how this is possible, because this entire world is in the same ignorance. So who can help us to awake us and show the true path due to which we can go to the Jivan Mukt state and we can go to our true self? So who's the one who can awake us and show us the true path and take us to that our true state? Over to you, Vijayji.
Very good question. Again, like I said in the previous question, one of the important aspects of the soul returning from this gross body to the Hansa state or the superconscious state, one has to do this only in this human life, only when the soul is in this human body, and as I said, by like opening the 10th door or the Dasham Dwar. And that's possible and only possible when one seeks and serves the Sadguru. When the soul gets in the shelter of Sadguru, who is the soul carrier of Brahma Vidya, the soul learns the technique to reverse the flow of consciousness from Prakriti or nature to Paramatma, the Lord Almighty. The only way out from this unwanted bondage is the mercy of Lord Sadguru Diya. Hence, one has to seek and surrender at the feet of true Sadguru to acquire the path of Brahma Vidya and thus get back to that superconscious state of Hansadeha. Swamiji writes in Swarved, Charo fal Guru Charan mein, चाह अमित फल पाए, सदगुरु जन रक्षा करे, सर्व धाम यस आए. Leading the life under the guidance of Sadguru Dev, not only promises to provide artha, dharma, and kama, but also gives the assurance of the final destiny of moksha. When a practitioner or a seeker takes shelter under Sadguru, achieving the prime objective of life becomes very easy. In fact, once a seeker is able to find the Sadguru, half the job is done. Pratama Sadguru Kojo Hansa, Sadguru Milan Milahi Prabhu Ansha. Souls seeking the Lord relentlessly first search for the Sadguru, because by finding the Sadguru, one partially achieves the God. Open up for new learning, believing, achieving higher goals, having trust in oneself, trust in God. You will find yourself at the zenith of life. Success is no mirage. It is achievable by the people who strive to reach the perfection. Don't think that meditation is something to be done only by retired people or by people who have no confidence in themselves. Truly speaking, it is necessary for everyone. It is the only way one can traverse back this journey from this gross human body to that state of consciousness, super consciousness, which is the Hansa Deha. And that is possible, my friends, only by seeking and surrendering at the feet of a true Sadguru. Over to you, Sudhanshuji.
Thank you very much, Vijayji, for this explanation. And as you truly mentioned, that if you want to go back to the Hans state, you need to be in a Jivan Mukh state before dying, before leaving this physical body. And this entire process can only start when you will find Sadguru, or if I say when Sadguru will find you. So when we are in this physical form, we are in the ignorant state. As Vijayji explained in the beginning itself, that in this physical form, in this physical deha, soul is not even aware about its own self. So in that state, if soul don't know who he is, how he will know what he need to achieve? So it's the master, it's the Sadguru who reminds us that we have to go somewhere else on our pure state, and he's the one who can take us from this physical body to that super conscious body or super conscious state. So thank you very much, Vijayji, for this explanation. And when you were explaining this, that when Sadguru will find you and you will follow his path, you will start the meditation, then you can go back to your true self. As Swamiji also mentioned in Swarved and on his proclamation that Adbhut Marag Yog Vihangam, मैं तुमको बतलाऊंगा, यदि विधिवत तुम साधन करी हो, अमर लोक पहुंचाऊंगा. So even in this proclamation, Swamiji is talking about if you will follow the path which I'm guiding you, I'm telling you, if you will follow the path of meditation, I will take you to that Amar Lok. So when we are talking about this meditation, I can see one question in Slido, and this question is related to the meditation practice. So one of the viewer listener has put this question that when they are doing the meditation practice, uh, why do they feel serious headache during the starting phase of meditation practice? Vijay, if you want to add something on that.
Okay. So this is more a practical question. You're saying one of the seekers is having or experiencing headache while meditating. Uh, I mean, it's more to do with, I think, the body getting used to the change, because uh, it's a practice that's been not done before, and with regular practice, uh, it should go away because it's just the body getting used to it. I suggest, if to close eyes completely or open just once in a while meditating, if the discomfort or the headache continues. I That's pretty much. I think it's just more with practice. It should go away.
Okay.
And
Yep.
yes, Sudhanshu, I mean, that's what I can think of.
Yep. Thank you very much, Vijay, for your explanation. And as you mentioned that the regular practice can fix this problem. And actually, it's because, as you said, that we never uh, did that before. So when you started doing this, so uh, you have to do few extra things which can help you to fix this problem. Uh, we have Vijay Kumarji as well in the bridge line, who joined from Edison, New Jersey. I would also like to invite him to add something on it. Over to you, Vijay.
Yes, Uday, it is my pleasure to be in this satsang again. In fact, this is very practical problem. Several new seekers who start meditating all of a sudden, which they have not done before, these kind of physical problem arises as a challenge to them. But as beautifully said by Vijay Davuluri ji, that the root problem of this is very simple. It's something like when you go for jogging, and instead of if you go for, let's say, running, instead of increasing your speed slowly, if you all of a sudden start running at 8 miles per hour, while running you will not realize that you're hurting your body, but very next day you will find some kind of strain in your leg. So it is the same story. And if you that is the whole reason why, if you look at the 8 limbs of yoga, the dharana, dhyan and samadhi comes after asana and pranayam and pratyahar. So there are things that a practitioner should always ensure that they are in place, which is about whether their body is physically ready to sit for meditation, is your breath and mind ready for meditation, is your inner feeling ready for meditation, taking meditation, are you feeling joyful doing meditation? So there are certain things that we need to practice before meditation. And one of the simplest thing that we can do, we can fix this, is by adding the breathing practice prior to meditation. If we practice breathing for little longer than meditation, if you practice like 10 minutes of breathing and then do the meditation, in so first few days maybe less of meditation, more of breathing, And as you start getting comfortable, you can start reducing the breathing and increase the meditation. So with the gradual increase in meditation, you will slowly get used to it. And then you may not need even the breathing practice. Meditation alone will be sufficient for you to refresh, rejuvenate you, to de-stress you, because meditation itself is sufficient for giving you all the benefit, provided you are ready for it. So yes, just simple technique. Watch out your diet plan, watch out your sleep routine. Are you taking proper sleep? Are you able to sleep early? Are you able to get up early? Are you taking care of your diet, eating right, drinking right? Everything matters in meditation practice. So all these prerequisites, if they are in place, your meditation slowly will get better. So never ever jump onto meditation all of a sudden for an hour of meditation or something like that. It doesn't work out that way. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vijay Kumarji, for adding your points. And as you mentioned that adding few asanas and the breathing exercise will help to fix this headache which we face during the initial state of meditation. And later, when we will continue this, a time will come then you don't have to even go for this, the direct meditation. You can continue with the direct meditation. So, thank you so much for joining us this week, Vijay Kumarji and Vijay Davuluri ji. I think we have all been able to take away a few things from our discussion today. A humble thank you from myself and all those listening in today. Let's now move towards the Santi part before a quick summary.
विराग त्याग की शांति हो, उदासीनता शांति, सेवा जित शिष्य शांति हो, सत्य शांति हो शांति। हे प्रभु शांति स्वरूप हो, शांति शांतिमय शांति, शांति शांति जन शांति हो, पूर्ण शांतिमय शांति। हे प्रभु शांति प्रदान कर, दूर हो सर्व अशांति, देव सदा फल शांति में, शांति शांति सुख शांति। हे प्रभु शांति प्रदान कर, दूर हो सर्व अशांति, देव सदा फल शांति में, शांति शांति सुख शांति।
Yep. Hi all. Sorry, I got disconnected. So, as just after Santi part, I was saying that in today's session we talked about the six fall of soul through the six different deha, six different state, and during this discussion, Vijayji has explained that how the true state of soul is the superconscious state, and how the false pride, the illusion, and the false thinking about his power and knowledge brings soul to Kaivalya and later to Mahakaran and other three states called Karan, Sukshma and Sthul. And later Vijayji also explained that how soul can go back from his physical state of this human body, how a soul can go back to its Hans state, Hans deha. And during this explanation, Vijayji has mentioned that this can only be possible if soul retains the Jivan Mukt state before leaving his physical body. And this entire thing is only possible, entire this entire process a soul can only do when he meet Sadguru, because Sadguru is the only one who can show us the true path where we have to go. Otherwise, we will remain in our false concepts, we will be remain in our false pride, and we will not know that where we have to go. And when I was going through this entire discussion, two couplets of Swarved came into my mind, and those are बिना ज्ञान वैराग के प्रभु से मिलन न होय, जग बंधन छूटे नहीं, जन्म मरण दुख होय, कर्म मरण संसार का, ज्ञान मरण है संत, सुरति द्वार हंसा चला, निज घर मिलन अनंत. And with that, let's wrap up for this week. See you all next week. Have a great week ahead. Jai Shri Gurudev.